Hello everybody, welcome back to the Stacey West. My name's Jake Tonge. We're here doing another preview. The games are coming thick and fast now. This coming Tuesday, so tomorrow as we record it now, we host Plymouth Argyle at St Bank for the first time in what seems like forever. Fortunately, I've been joined with Plymouth fan Craig Johnson, who's a Plymouth fan based up in Goole. Hi Craig, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, you?
Thank you very much. You looking forward to the game tomorrow night?
I'd be looking forward to it more if I was able to go. But yeah, in terms of looking forward to it, I don't know if I'm not filled with confidence. You've had a pretty decent start to the season. And obviously we'll be coming up against the brick wall that is Alex Palmer.
I'm sure we'll get onto him, but I think Lincoln fans will probably be looking at it that this is quite a difficult game as well, with Plymouth sitting in the top six. How has your start of the season gone so far?
Yeah, so we've won 3, we've lost 1, which was away at Hull. To be fair, Hull battered us the first half. Second half, we came out and put on a show and probably should have scraped a draw. But the class difference showed in the first half, second half. We saw the Ryan Lowe's team that we know and we've seen pretty much all season. So we were unlucky against Hull. Our issue is at the back. We make silly mistakes, but going forward, we're a dream to watch.
As obviously we've been in we're in similar situations. Last year we came up from League Two, had a good start. Have your expectations changed following your good start to what they were probably before the season kicked off?
Yeah, I don't think you can read too much into kind of 5 and 6 games in, but yeah, I was looking for a mid-table finish, but the performances we've put in and the results we've got, we've obviously got tough trips. Obviously away to Lincoln Tuesday, and we played Donny away at home on a Tuesday night this month as well. We've got Portsmouth coming up, so there's some big teams in this league, but we found our feet early on, which is always promising. You'd rather be 6th in the league rather than rock bottom, wouldn't you? So.
And Plymouth have they've been quite a big talking point on Quest. I don't know if you've seen Colin Murray do the highlights.
Yeah.
Obviously Plymouth have a manager, Ryan Lowe, who's very well known to Lincoln fans for what he did with Bury the year we both came up. How has he been setting you guys up this season in terms of tactically? How, and who are the key players that Lincoln fans should be looking out for on iFollow tomorrow night?
So we play 3-5-2, 5-3-2, whichever way you want to look at it. The back three, we like to play out from the back. So we've replaced Alex Palmer with Michael Cooper, who's come through the academy. We've got pretty much a solid back three that played obviously in League Two. And then we signed George Cooper, which was a massive signing from Peterborough. So we had him on loan last season, and he's got a wonderful left foot. But the outstanding player for me is Danny Mayer, number 10. He just makes us tick. He's just class, and he's so good to watch. And Keith Curl actually said after the Northampton game that he'd pay money to watch Danny Mayer week in, week out. Which, if your opposition manager's saying that, then he must be doing something right. But he does stand out. Like I said, our weakness is at the back. We just tend to make silly mistakes. Canavan's come in and he's kind of made it a bit more solid. Kellen Watts, we've got on loan from Newcastle. He played last season, played a few games at Mansfield. But like I say, going forward, we're very good. We've got Timmy Abraham on loan from Fulham as well. So he came on as a sub on Saturday. And he's lightning quick, but we'll just hopefully settle in and get some goals. But like I say, the weakness is at the back, just silly mistakes.
Obviously, Danny Mayer was probably the best player in League Two the year they were with Bury. And obviously, from Ryan Lowe leaving the club and joining Plymouth, he brought quite a few Bury lads with him. How good was last season when he came, although he was obviously drawn to a halt quite suddenly? How good of a season was it last year?
Oh, yeah, it was. We needed to bounce back after kind of coming down, but a lot. I mean, if you ask a lot of Argyle fans, obviously it went on points per game, but a lot of us thought that we were going up automatically anyway. The football we play, we haven't played football like this since we've had Ian Holloway in charge. Obviously, before Ryan Lowe, we had Derek Adams, and it was horrible to watch. It was awful to watch, and it was a case of you go 1-0 up and you defend that lead. And whereas Ryan Lowe's got a different mentality, which is you play your football, you play your triangles, and you knock the ball about, and you make the other team hopefully try and chase the ball, and you cut out your mistakes at the back.
Obviously, Derek Adams is doing all right for himself now at Morecambe.
Yeah.
But one player that I've definitely been impressed with this year, although it was a bit of a shock for me specifically, was Frank Noble, a player that you brought from League Two with you. Obviously not massively experienced in this level, but he seems to have hit the ground running up front for you guys.
Yeah, he's. I wouldn't have called him a Ryan Lowe player because you obviously look at the size of him and you think he's a big target man, and he does hold the ball up well. Saturday was his best game in an Argyle shirt. I thought he played well against QPR in the Carabao Cup, but he's got to find his feet and he's got to settle into the way Ryan Lowe plays. What I mean in terms of him not being a Ryan Lowe player is he's a big lad, and we had Ryan Taylor, and Ryan Taylor didn't fit that mould for Ryan Lowe, so he's obviously binned him off and he's at Newport now. But he's a good player. He holds it up well. He's strong. And on his day, I think he's probably unplayable, but you just got to hopefully he has more good days than bad days.
Obviously, a name you mentioned earlier in this conversation was Alex Palmer, obviously on loan with Plymouth Argyle last year. I noticed you got a bit of a smile on your face. Obviously, one of the best, probably the best goalkeeper in the division below last year. There was a bit of a saga about where we thought he was going to end up this season. Obviously, Ryan Lowe believed he'd be going back to West Brom and challenging for their first team. But he's ended up coming to Lincoln, joining up with Michael Appleton. What were your thoughts when you saw that announced? And were you a bit upset that he wasn't returning to Plymouth, given the chance he was back out?
Yeah, the fact that he was sent out on loan. Obviously, we'd have loved to have him again. He was quality. I think you could probably count on one hand how many mistakes he made all last season. And then when I saw that he went to Lincoln, because you signed Morton as well, didn't you? Who for Northampton, he pretty much tore Exeter apart in the playoffs. But they're two good signings. Alex Palmer was by far the best goalkeeper in League Two, and I imagine he's probably top two goalkeepers in this league.
I think we've seen already from our first couple of games how commanding of his area is, but for a big lad, he knows how to pass out from the back, which would be perfect for obviously Ryan Lowe and for Michael Appleton as well. Yeah,
and when you've got a goalkeeper that if the other team's pressing you high, he can ping it out to a winger, and there's a lot of goalkeepers that just kick it out for a throw, but to be able to kind of hit that ball where you want it, and it just cuts all those people that put the high press, it cuts them out of the game. And I think he's quality, and I think he's probably got a big future ahead of him. But I am surprised that West Brom did loan him out, but then that says a lot about the calibre of goalkeepers that West Brom must have.
Yeah. Obviously, I think it probably helped with Appleton being a former under-23 manager who would have had Palmer before. Your goalkeeper this year, obviously had big shoes to fill. How's he got on so far?
Yeah, there's a lot of Argyle fans that are a bit dubious about him. To be fair, I wasn't massively confident, but the performances he's put in, he hasn't. I think he's probably made one mistake. He's not really put a foot wrong. So hopefully, continues. I think the fact that he's young, it's a confidence thing with him. And every season he's kind of been the understudy. So to Luke McCormick and then to Alex Palmer. And when Luke McCormick came back, everyone thought, does that mean Luke McCormick's going to be number one? Which puts Michael Cooper back on the bench. But, lucky for him, he's been given that chance. And hopefully, he keeps a few more clean sheets.
It's been quite a while since Lincoln and Plymouth have played each other in a competitive game. I think the last time would have been in the FA Cup a couple of years ago when I think we won 5-0 at Home Park. Alessandra sort of tore us apart that night, which was really fun. What have you made of Lincoln's rise over the last specifically 5 years, and then obviously the good start again this year as well?
Yeah, it's no secret that because the Cowley brothers were there, weren't they? And you know, the job they did obviously got them noticed at Huddersfield. But yeah, I mean Lincoln, it's a half decent ground. You know, to be fair, they've obviously built on the platform that the Cowley brothers are putting. Michael Appleton's been round and he's seen it and done it before. You know, he's no mug. And you know, the little bits I've seen on Quest and stuff, you know, Lincoln play some decent football. So hopefully it'll be a good game.
So just talking about the game tomorrow, how are you expecting Plymouth to set up, and you know what will they be doing tactically to try and outmaster Michael Appleton?
I don't think Ryan Lowe's going to change too much. He'll probably go with his winning side. We've got a lad on loan from Notts Forest, Tyrese Forner. He looks confident on the ball, so he kind of takes the ball off the back three and gets us moving. I mean, I don't know what formation Lincoln play, but our biggest task is going to be putting the ball past Alex Palmer. You know, so
I think you're right.
I think it'll be a good game. It's just a shame we all can't be there. But I mean, if you give me a draw now, I'd take a draw.
Yeah, obviously we've picked up quite a good point against Fleetwood on Saturday. Obviously, we've all seen what they did to Hull the week before.
Yeah.
You know, Alex Palmer keeping 4th clean sheet of the year, which was a positive. What sort of score prediction would you be going for realistically?
My heart says Argyle will sneak a 2-1 win. My head says it'll probably be a draw, and it's going to be a score draw because we can see goals, but we also score. So I'd like to nick it at the end, but you know, fingers crossed.
If I had to push you for numbers, what would you say?
I'd probably go. My heart would say 2-1 Argyle. My head probably says 1-0.
I think a lot of Lincoln fans would probably be disappointed if we weren't able to beat Plymouth after our good start to the season. But it will be a difficult game. You know, you guys have had a really good start as well, and Ryan Lowe's a very capable manager, as we've found out previously. But thank you very much, Craig, for coming on the show. Massively appreciate it. I'm sure your Twitter and stuff will be linked in the piece that goes with this. But yeah, as I say, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, best of luck for the rest of the season, obviously, starting after tomorrow.
And then I assume when we visit Home Park towards the back end of the season, I'm not sure when it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching the Station West, and I'm sure we'll be back for another preview sometime soon. Thank you for watching. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.